Okay, we start with the technical meeting. And first point is Zoom. What's next? We are going to film your or share your screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Okay. So I will.
So the goal is to measure the bending of beam.
Wait a second. You want to talk about Zoom first?
Yeah, just this. And we use an array of fibers. NTB PDF program to analyze the signals.
Yes, so you want to talk about Zoom program, Zoom first. I'll share my screen just to show you some. Actually, I'll share my desktop. Yeah, so we can do a demo actually. Right, so this was just some progress on the LabVIEW program to measure the signals inputs from different fibers, and this is Jonathan's assembly of 3 fibers on a piece of metal, which represents a beam, and this is a mirror that we put in front of these 3 fibers, and I can start the program. Sensor. Alright, can you see something? There we go. What we see here in the screen, the red point here is the difference between channel 1 and channel 2, which are 2 input fibers. So what we're trying to demonstrate here is to see when this little red dot crosses the 0 line, which is exactly when the intensity of the 2 beams crisscross each other. I'm just moving the mirror slightly, and I can see a crossover of the beams on the right part of the on the right graph, and on the left you see the red going from plus to minus. This is not very true. I just have to set the distance of the fibers properly. Demonstrate this. Alright, so it's just a proof of concept showing that we can bring light to the sensitive part and then have 2 fibers collecting data and being able to know if the beam is moving left or right. I mean, the metal beam is moving left or right. And if we have another fiber, we will have information in 2 dimensions, left, right, up, and down. Done with this presentation.
Okay.
Right.
So to the next point, Philip's project. It's a mosquito project. What's up? Ivan, you did some biological experiments recently.
No, because the electrodes are not fixed yet, and what we did, we collected the samples from the wild-type mouse and made them permeabilized. So now we can store them at -20.
So you have skin muscles.
Yeah, so we have permeabilized cells.
So where are you taking notes? I don't understand.
Meeting pad on top.
Here?
No, in the pad. Yeah. Here, yeah. Here. We're at the right place.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay, and what's next? So you without electrodes you can't.
Well, we will fix the electrodes. So this is something to be done, say, tomorrow, because I'm going to go to Philip's lab tomorrow. And in the meantime, we can try to activate the skin muscles chemically, because last time James and we prepared all the solutions for the chemical type of activation. So for this type of experiment, we are pretty much set up. So after we receive the bath from China, the special bath for the chemical activation, we can put it on Philips microscope. We already printed the adapter for this bath, so we can put it right on the stage and try it with the mosquito.
So you need the bath.
Yeah, we need the bath. Just as a trial experiment, like a trial, we can make with the bath that we have now.
Okay.
The new bath that will come, it will be just more convenient.
Okay. And did you ever measure a force with the transducer?
No, because we haven't had the contraction yet.
Okay, so with the chemical activation, you hope you will have contraction more easily?
Yeah, well, this is highly controllable contraction. We did passive stretches, and I will need to take a new transducer for that, because the one that we were using lost its mechanical properties.
Okay, so you have to glue a hook.
Yeah, I will have to glue a hook on a new mosquito.
And electrostimulation, you just cancel that, or you want to?
No. So basically, tomorrow when I go there, there are a few things to be done. First of all, to fix the bath, because well, one glass tube in the bath is broken. We will have to glue that. Then put the electrodes back with the new graphite nozzles to see.
You have all the parts?
Yeah, I have all the parts in the lab. So we will have to fix the bath. And the second thing is to glue the hook on the new mosquito. And if I have enough time tomorrow, I will try to dissect the cell, the permeabilized cell, and try to just activate just to see if it's contracting. Because Philip, he now has this big dissection microscope, similar to the one that we had.
Yeah.
And with this, it will be very easy to do the dissection.
Okay. So you will.
So basically, yeah, I have everything I need, like no complaints. Maybe tomorrow also we can collect more samples for like more to make them permeabilized.
Collect samples to make them permeabilized.
Yeah, because tomorrow, most probably, our colleagues from upstairs, they will have another mouse. And after they take whatever they need, they just give it to us, and we take the rest. Last time, James and we took the diaphragm and the psoas muscles. So probably tomorrow we can do the same. So we have more samples in stock.
Okay. Okay. So that's it for the biological samples?
For now, these are the updates. Yeah, tomorrow I will have I was always trying to fit the requirements of the CNC machinist, you know?
Yes, yes. So you have to
Make it
design it
simply,
in
yeah.
3 layers or 2 layers or
Exactly.
and then put
So
these layers together. Yeah.
yeah, it was the path of reduction of everything. So with the 3D printing, you can go as crazy as you want.
So that's a big advantage, right?
Kind of, yeah.
If it works, okay. Okay, so it's worth trying. Okay, so let's pay the $100 and try it, man. So whenever you're ready to go, just tell me and.
But before, I just want to see other pieces that they made and see if the resolution is high enough.
So, will you order the same part but 3D printed?
The model is not the same. The model now is coming in one piece, and Daniel already created a model like that.
But you don't know the price.
But so it's going to look exactly the same. One comes in 2 pieces or 3 pieces.
2 layers.
One comes in 2 layers that you stick together, and the other one is 1 layer. So they're going to look the same. One is 3D printed, one is.
Yeah, you don't know the price.
Daniel is what, around $100?
200, I would say.
200?
Roughly.
Roughly. Okay. Okay, I want to add something else for feel.
But guys, this is not just about the butt. It's the path, our strategy. Like, because eventually we might want to buy this. If this 3D printer is very good,
Yeah.
we might want to have one for ourselves.
Yeah.
If it's not good enough for us, then we follow the CNC path always. You know. So it's the way we choose now, like which way we go.
Okay. Now, for the for the joint transducer, based on our discussions with Frederick, I will try today the Mosquito with a joint transducer with an LED instead of the LD, just to see if the signal is more stable. So I'm going to do that today.
For what project?
Fields project. Well, the Mosquito project. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm going to try LED instead of the LD and see and compare the signals.
With what fiber?
Glass fiber. Same thing, just using glass fiber.
Okay, with your
Because now we have the Mosquito.
new device, you can shoot light.
Yeah, well, you remember, so I could shoot some light. The problem is that I couldn't measure anything because I didn't have the gain. But now I brought the Mosquito demo back from field, and this one has the gain. So I can turn up the gain and do some averaging. You know, I can still see something.
Okay, and the others don't have game?
This one doesn't have gain.
We're waiting for the parts from China.
Yeah,
Okay.
doesn't have some. It's fixed. It works very well with PMA. But if you wanna go to smaller fiber where the coupling is very bad, you know, then you lose so much light that you need to amplify it. I think there is some amplification factor here, but it's small. Right?
Yeah, no, it's amplified. I set it to be optimal for what we're getting.
Okay.
You will steal my Mosquito.
Okay.
Over
So we go to the. You wanna say something about your experiments with fiber cooling?
Not yet. I will receive some new chemicals next week, I guess, or end of this week.
So you're still waiting for a solution.
So I will. I have to build this device where it flows
Okay.
around the fibers. I have to do that.
So now we have new connectors.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yesterday I did some interesting music experiments. I have to write it down.
That we can monitor in real time. We need to build a sort of a mirror cup.
Mirror.
So, I think the discussion we had yesterday was very interesting. So what we can do,
mirror cap. Yes.
what we can do, we can get the minimum and the maximum. So we can get the minimum by just opening the fiber and have that as a reference, which means when no light comes back, this is how much voltage we get.
Yeah.
So now we have the minimum. And then if we have a mirror cap that we can put on the connector, 100% mirror, a good silver mirror that we can buy, then you have the maximum light that comes.
Yes.
So during fiber coating, you have the minimum and the maximum, so then you know exactly when to stop the coating in between this minimum and
Right,
maximum.
because before we're just guessing.
Yeah.
We look at the S curve and hoping that it's an inflection point when we weren't sure exactly.
Yeah. So we need to have this cap where there's a mirror and with a connector, so you just connect the mosquito straight into a mirror. Okay, it's like having it's like having a termination for your cables, right?
Yeah.
Just short them, right? So this is like shorting the light. You just send everything back. So that's the that is the signal where all the light comes back. So it means that when you coat and if you go closer to that level there, it means that you have a perfect mirror, which will never happen because we have some scattering and some absorption. So that is we're fighting against these two things that are two lossy processes: absorption in the layer and scattering because the mirror is not perfectly flat. Okay, the mirror from the coil.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So
Yeah.
perfect.
Nice things to come. Okay, piezo manipulator, an update. Can we test the transducers with the piezo we have now?
Are we looking at me here? TV?
Yeah.
Can we test the transistors with the piezo we have now?
Yes.
Oh yeah?
But we can test the transducer with Nielsen's piezo even if it comes back slowly. Yeah.
So
But we still don't have a. Shit, we need to order these piezos, man.
For the order from China, did you pay already?
no,
When are you paying?
I can do it just
After
after the meeting.
Okay. So it's going to be manufactured by the 26th. And they're doing 2-day express DHL. So it'll be here by hopefully next Wednesday.
That's what the switches.
The order. Piezo, stack holder,
Back.
Oh, okay.
chemical activation band top and bottom, the frame, piezo cylinder for the mosquito, piezo stack cylinder, and the piezo XYZ stage stack part.
So and I need to order. Okay, so orders for the actual parts. Date, right? We need to order the piezo ceramic. And what else? Electronics? Should we order some electronics for the piezos?
I'm going to make a DigiKey order this week, so if we need any electronics, I can order them.
But do we have everything? We already ordered the.
Yeah,
the switches.
we're not missing anything.
Okay.
I'd like to get back on R&D in the piezo soon.
Okay.
To do the ideal setup, marketable product.
So do we have this meeting with these pros?
I don't know. If
Sounds
they're going
fine.
to give us a solution in 10 hours or less,
Meeting
sure. But
for 10 hours.
Okay, if you want, I said it.
Pros?
I don't, but I don't think we're going to do miracles in 10 hours.
Depends
How
how.
many of these can we do? I don't want to waste it on this problem.
So if we.
Because I haven't tried the H-bridge yet. I was going to do the H-bridge, but instead I chose the easiest guaranteed solution, which is what we have at Nielsen's right now.
Okay.
We can do several. I don't know how many.
Yeah. So it's if we prepare well, let's say before we go there and set up the meeting, we actually prepare the document and say this is what we want, this is the range of outputs we want, and stability plus minus all these things, tolerance. This is what we did, all right, and this is what problems we have. This is what we tried, okay. This is how far we were. So I think we can optimize the meeting in 10 hours. 10 hours, that's a lot of time. That's
Yes.
2 days, right? 2 days of working together, to solve the thing. So we can take 1 hour of presentation, make them understand the problem, and then start working with it, Because in the end of this meeting, we could have a circuit, right? Functional circuit.
Well,
Who are these people? And what are their qualifications?
The profs at
profs, technicians, engineers
At the university?
at Sainte-Thérèse Cégep.
the resource is there. You know, we can try something else, and then we can also.
Okay. My meeting pad crashes, so I want to use it.
Okay. No, I took notes. Intrinsic fiber transducer. Are we going there now, or you want to add something else?
No, no. You can jump to
Are we talking about the extrinsic ones? No.
Intrinsic.
Intrinsic, no, but we just finished talking about the extrinsic. I just wanted to ask, what was? Remember, I sent you an email about the grooved transducer, like the grooved fiber. If we should design some sort of like a simple machine.
Yes. You know, before we go into the design, I think I need to see because there is some optimization.
We're going to cover this a little bit later with the stashes, because you can put them to work for that.
Okay.
You want to start talking about that now or later?
Yeah. Yeah, we can. I mean, it's the same subtopic here. So we're talking about the robot finger thing. Okay, grooving fibers. These guys came yesterday, Stefan and Christian, and they're interested in this application. So there is some optimization, like what is the sensitivity they want. So and that relates to the depth of the groove and the pitch of the groove, and also they might ask for smaller diameter fiber. They might want to go to 500 micron diameter. So all that changes, you know, the apparatus that you use to groove. You see?
Yeah.
So if you go for mechanical grooving, and if you want smaller grooves because it's a smaller fiber, maybe you need a special edge or knife, you know, that we could order.
Yeah, see, because
then we can play with hot stuff.
ideally we'd have a little chisel.
Yes.
A V-shaped chisel that's like 10 microns wide.
Yeah, so that removes.
Yeah,
material instead of
foil.
Yeah, you take it out, take the material out actually,
Yeah.
instead of like making like.
And then for the glass fiber, we could get a diamond. But would that make we score it with the break?
No, glass fiber doesn't work scoring, yeah, because it breaks.
That's causing a
Yeah.
break.
Well, plastic fiber, I mean, for robotic applications,
The idea of burning the pattern with the laser, it's not good anymore.
Well, that's a femtosecond laser requirement.
No, you can do nanosecond if you have, yeah.
Well, similar to the burning the information on the CD surface.
Yes.
So
Yeah, you can do some things like that.
But that uses a liquid crystal there.
It does require powerful lasers, you know.
There's a layer inside the CD that they throw.
well, how much would it be to buy a laser cutter?
You know, for for burning glass, you need a CO2 laser. Very good. The wavelength is hits an absorption band of the glass, and CO2 lasers are used for melting glass. You know.
But you know which laser I'm talking about. Remember once you showed like the guys you used to work for, or
Okay.
like they have the fancy laser cutter, like cut the.
Oh yeah. But you don't. In that case, you don't cut. You just melt a little bit.
Vaporize, right?
Not necessarily vaporize. Just change the lattice, change the structure of the glass.
But this machine, like, and
On the surface?
the setup and everything is probably very expensive.
CO2 lasers are not expensive, but you
There's a
know,
lot
it
of
requires,
DIY kits.
it requires some, you know. It's kind of it's
So
very
it's like
expensive to make.
Project itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a project system.
All right.
But we can go with the scoring in a hot wire, very small hot wire, you know, or stuff like that.
We do have glass.
You cut?
No,
So, metal-
like take a very hot tungsten wire or whatever, and make the grooves on glass. Score the surface somehow.
How about arc? Like as if it was like arc?
I don't know if they use arcs. Well, they use arcs to slice fibers together and to shape the head of the fiber. I don't know if they use it to.
So
Then you can
basically,
get also UV lasers and UV lasers are used for making black fibers.
So we leave this question open, like on how to extrinsically sensitize the fibers for these guys.
We'll see what's next with this panel.
Yeah. I would like this to be driven by applications. These guys to come and say, hey, this is what we need. But then it goes into electronics, because as we spoke yesterday, we can have this device with two fibers if it operates in a noisy environment. So you have one fiber which is sensitized at one particular place where your measurement is, and then all along the fiber, if you have a noisy environment, you're still going to generate some signal. So what you're going to do, you're going to put in parallel with that a fiber which is not sensitized. So, and you're doing the ratio between the two, and you know that everything that comes from the environment, will be cancelled out. So now every sensor has two fibers in. Okay, that requires some changes in the electronics. Let's say you have a 5-finger sensor, then you need two fibers per each finger. So you need basically 10 photodetectors. Okay, because for every finger you have one fiber that was sensitized and the other one which is just sitting there as a reference. Okay, so every sensor is referenced. Okay. Or you can have the cheaper solution where the environment is not that noisy and you use just one reference for many sensors. So and then you can take it from the output of the laser or the photodiodes, and that is just canceling any fluctuations of the source that comes from thermal fluctuations of the circuit, right? And that assumes that the environment is not noisy, and the light that is carried to the points of sensitivity doesn't change in the way, right? If the environment is not noisy, then you need another fiber which is not scored to have the reference running through the environment to the point of measurement, right? So every finger will have, because it goes through the other joints, every finger will have a reference, right? So the electronics now we can use this electronic that we have for 2 fingers because we have 4 inputs. Okay, that could run to other joints, so you have a noisy environment, giving you a signal here. But you want the signal to come only from the finger, okay? So then you run one sensitized and one non-sensitized fiber to the finger, and the only signal that you're going to measure doing the ratio it comes from the joint of your finger, right? Because this gets cancelled out.
Right.
Okay. So we can do 2 fingers with that, and we can expand that, eventually.
Well, they're not like this; they're like this, so which is already a grip. You know what I mean?
Well, you just measure the flexibility, right?
Yeah, but they're not like this. They're like this. So it's already in use.
Well, yes, you can have a grip. Yeah, you can have a grip.
Because there are robots that use only 2 fingers.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that requires some electronics. And now, Jonathan, so your students can work on electronics, can work on optics, can work on mechanics.
Yeah. So
Your students.
my students. Are we going to talk about stages now?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 aspects for the project 2s. There's the stage and project 2. We'll just do the project 2 first, since I didn't get any responses on that. The teacher asked me to make a list, a Google Doc, and he's going to refer to students to that to get ideas. And we can kind of put our ideas there and our incentives and what we can help them with. So like we have circuits made, we have technology to use, and incentives is space, saving lives, I don't know, future stages maybe, I don't know. As far as the stages, there are 3 people who expressed interest. One of the guys was highly recommended. He's in the photonics program, and the teacher grabbed him and said, "This guy is your man. He's your photonics genius. Very smart guy, mechanically and mentally." There's a second guy who is very good, a hard worker. He may have some special needs, so he'll require more. He'll have to have a direct, clear goals to reach, and basically be managed on the way to his goal. He wouldn't be working well with like open-ended questions, let's say. So it'd be better. This person he can solve our problems if we tell him what exactly the problem is and how to get there. Or I think he'd be good for assembling transducers, stuff like that. That'd be great. There's a third student who is interested. He likes theory. I think he's scared of hands-on stuff and designing stuff. He wants to do theoretical modeling or I don't know what, solving equations, something like that. So if he's a little bit hesitant on, the other two I say go for it right away. This guy, I don't know what his ability is necessarily. So if we have a need for 60 hours of theoretical modeling or something, like maybe he can calculate the groove spacing. I don't know.
So there's a to-do here to make a list of projects they could work for?
Yeah.
What did he say about the RoboFinger thing?
Nothing, they all ran away.
Yeah?
Yeah. They didn't want to hear anything, they just wanted to run for their lives.
Okay.
It's the first day of class, 7:30 p.m., and they had started at 8:30 in that morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they had no intention of being there for more than 30 seconds extra than next.
I understand.
So yeah, so the stage basically is 50 to 60 hours of work. We have to make a schedule with them. They're asking if we, so basically there has to be a mentor or someone, a go-to guy for the students.
And they're going to work at the CJET, they're not going to come here?
No, they're going to come here. Stages are here.
And we can interview them.
Yeah, so I was thinking to make sure we can interview them, see if they're the right stuff for what we need. Especially that guy who's more in theory and not hands-on.
Okay. Ask question.
What?
Computer question.
Oh. Yeah, so they have March break, so they can come the whole break. So they can do 40 hours in March break. So if we have like a marathon session of stuff set up, like maybe the guy with special needs there who likes special direct work, he can maybe make 100 transducers in a week, you know?
Okay.
So we can find some nice repetitive tasks for him or whatever he wants, whatever we want done. But the other guys, if we can line up all our eggs for our big work party on 1 week straight, we can have 3 students here working full time. And by then, hopefully, we'll have a bigger space.
March,
they have a week off in March.
Okay.
Other than that, we have to fit in their schedule when they can come here. They're asking about weekends. I don't really feel like coming on weekends.
Okay.
My only concern is I wanted to run away to China, so I can't really abandon the students if they're here. I know I'm in charge of them, so we'll have to figure something out for that.
When are you coming back?
I don't know when I'm leaving, so.
Are you going to India?
No, I'm not going to make it.
No?
It's too short notice. So the stage, they have to report their work.
Okay.
So I think that fits perfectly with Bob's stuff about accounting. They have to like present sheets of like work, and if we can really show how accountable we are for their time, show that they weren't wasting time, that they learned a lot, that they accomplished a lot, and it's verifiable, documented work. I'm hoping to go speak to the dean of the technical programs and get some stages from the other departments, like computer science.
Oh, that's nice, yeah. Oh.
Art.
That feeds into the other thing, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Because it's my old prof who's now the dean of all those, the whole department. And so if we have nice results for this stage, it's for the future, it has good results. The teacher, Dr. Nikolai Romanian.
Yeah, the Romanian guy?
I didn't get his name right.
Nikolai Trushevsky?
No. Oh, there it is.
Do you have anything against Romanian president?
No. Nikolai Trushevsky.
Nikolai Tudoroiu.
Tudoroiu, yes, that's a pure Romanian name.
Okay, Dr. Nikolai Tudoroiu. He's very excited. He wants me to do his work for him. So if we can mentor and manage students, it makes less work for them, so they're very happy. We get free labor. We're not allowed to get paid. That's good. And if we don't have people biting on our project ideas, we can just put the stagiaires to work on them.
Okay.
Right? So, making an assembly device and all that. So if we want, we can put them in teams and make them work together and design and build our assembly device or our optical fiber coating device or whatever. But I would like to have them busy the whole time they're here.
So when do we have to resize the projects?
Today.
Yeah, we should open the document today and have it updated continuously.
So we can email them to them.
Okay, so I'm gonna open a Google Doc, yeah, and have and start putting information. We have to make it like very graphical, right?
Whatever, you can just link to this pages or something.
Maybe we should show some nice pictures, make it graphical for them. Understand the application, understand some basics about how it works. Right?
It's just give them ideas. If they're interested in the idea, then we can speak to them and do it.
Okay.
And this is gonna be for the lost causes, lost cases who don't have an idea yet. They don't know what they're doing either. So by next week, if they don't have an idea, they're gonna get kind of pushed towards something.
Okay. So now is the time where they choose the project, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, they have 2 weeks to submit their proposal.
But when I was doing stage, just 5 sentences proposal was enough.
Yeah, for them, they're actually getting marked on it. It's part of their comprehensive assessment. So they have to make a full proposal with timeline and everything, due in 2 weeks. So next week, if they don't have an idea ready yet, then they're going to have to hurry up. So they should have getting their ideas this week. That's why we have to get this document out and give. I made a little notepad text document somewhere, just some ideas, like what we were talking about yesterday.
That's from your interaction with them?
No, that's what I wrote before. Just some notes.
Okay.
Optical fiber coating device, transducer manufacturing device, grooving fiber device. So those are like 3 devices to make. And then the other one was
Programming?
yeah, robot finger, stuff like that.
Okay.
They want, for the projects, they want tangible results, something you can touch and feel and look. They're not too keen on theoretical. But if it's a tangible theoretical process, so like if someone's making ideas on how to space the grooving, and they actually groove it and they test it empirically to show their results.
Can we also say that they could have the prototype they build? Can you give them the prototype or something to walk away with and show the other kids? Or?
It's good for them, but the prof, I don't think they care about it.
No, like they're going to have the prototype they're going to bring to the presentation.
Okay.
Then they're going to get grilled by everybody because teachers don't have time to go and touch and feel and analyze all this stuff.
Okay.
Theoretically, they can make up all the results from the presentation.
What should we push as a project? Is the robot finger we want to push as a project?
It has to be something they want to do because otherwise they're just going to cram at the last second and fudge the results. They're real scientists at that age.
Arduino-based kit? With robotic fingers?
Because you can put people working together. You can put the guy with the theory, figuring out some the mathematical relations between how to treat these signals and have people that are good with mechanics, actually doing the grooving thing and somebody in electronics. So work as a team and then you say, hey, in the end you can have a glove that is sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, grooving the robot, the optic fibers. Yeah.
It's an optical-based encoder glove.
Okay, and then I can say we can make a video, put it on YouTube for you, and make a. I mean, I want to make the result.
They have
when they walk out of it, they have something like
no, but
they can show to their friends,
Yeah, but that's their responsibility.
Okay.
The purpose of this project is to take an idea and have it deliverable with documentation.
Okay.
And we can't do that work for them. We're just going to give them theoretical advice.
Okay.
Tell them what Google searches to use, maybe suggest components, maybe give them circuit schematics or something, but we're not supposed to do the work for them.
Okay.
That's the key, otherwise we're not going to get to...
But I like in the end, for them to have something to say, I didn't just get a mark out of it,
Yeah, but
I have a video kit that I can show my friends. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
I have a
It's like an
project.
incentive.
My project 2 is still in my house. It's on my shelf. I made it and I brought it home. Right? So the stuff here they can make 2, one for us, one
Yeah,
for them.
yeah.
Or they're gonna break 20 of them on the way so they can keep the broken ones.
All right. So okay. Trying to see a way to package, in order for
Yeah.
them to feel
What I wanted to
motivated.
for the flow sensor, I told them that the Canadian Space Agency is very interested in this.
Yeah.
And if we get if we get a grant based on your idea, well, we're gonna METAC you for the summer, right?
Okay.
We'll hire you as a staff for the summer.
Okay.
Do some follow up. And it's all open source. They can sell it if they want, right?
Okay. So
They can
what?
keep-
Were they interested in more in the flow sensor or more in the?
There's some flow sensor interest, but they're more interested in getting the hell out of the class as fast as possible.
Okay.
So it's like the wrong time to talk to these people.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That was a little bit unfortunate. I should have presented the ideas to begin with, before the class started.
Mm-hmm. You had a whole class, or you?
There was 18 students, 2 of them did show up.
We move to the next part.
All right.
CDEC tomorrow. Do we have to prepare something? For the CDEC?
Who's going to the select meeting tomorrow?
I will.
I will go also. Yeah.
Should I go? Is there any reason for me to go, or can I?
Yes, so you can go. Yeah, sure. Anybody can go.
And you guys don't record these meetings?
Because of the deck.
You don't have to tell them. It's
So
not
basically,
for public.
I don't even know what we're doing there. I think
No. I think it's just a first
it's just a sort of an informal thing.
introduction.
But I wanted to gather some information for them, so that to have them at least commit to, look into the case seriously and guide us in the process. Because
That's it.
the end result is to have some money.
What do you finance?
Yeah. And I think my idea is to say, okay, here's how we demonstrate potential. There are individual entrepreneurs that are interested in this space. Okay, we can put forward Tactile Scientific, we can put forward robotic
Sequencing?
and Christian's company too, and other companies, and say these are entrepreneurs that are in business and they're interested in this space. And then we can also have some support, and then you can cite these people from academia that are interested in the ecosystem kind of, project phenomena, and say, these people can give us
And
logistical support.
you guys are doing a pitch, so robot sequencing is represented, Tax is represented, Sensorica is represented. Can you get Phil there for representing academia?
That's another thing. So show the expansion of this lab into academic labs, and say, hey,
It's like his example I liked a lot, where the university sent a student to do this work there because they had equipment that's specialized.
So that's also part of the thing. So we should put these things on the table to show that there is potential, and this because what they want to see this lab generating some economic activity.
But if it's an incubator, if we're using it as like a startup accelerator, then it will be generating economic activity.
Exactly. Yeah. Like Daniel also, he's another case because he wants to have his own sort of business of 3D modeling and CNC and stuff like that. So doing projects for other people.
You will be there then tomorrow.
So I think 3 of us from this office is good enough. I don't need to show up.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's
I don't want to fill up the room, because we've overwhelmed some of our meetings before.
So Stefan is not coming either.
Huh?
What about Olivier Semeljan?
He wants to let Community and EcoFab drive this.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Anyway, it's going to be very interesting because the idea is to get some funding for the lab. To buy some equipment and.
I'm more interested in space and equipment. We can always get equipment.
And pay for some part of the rent.
Yeah, if we can get free space or subsidized space.
Yeah.
Like if they pay some of the rent, and then everybody else just divides out the rest.
The rent is expensive. It's going to be over $3,000 per month.
And how much are we willing to pay out of that? 500.
So
You mean as a rent?
then there's going to be another meeting where it's the whole community turning around EcoFab and Fab Lab, and there we're going to say to people, okay, who is interested and who wants to put some money? And the idea is to create a sort of a non-profit co-op and say, okay, the guys that put money and sustain the place, they are part of the co-founders of this co-op.
Yeah, but if I go there and I want a closed room with a door and a lock on the door,
Yeah.
how much do I have to pay per square foot?
Yeah, that's
And my door is going to be unlocked and open and welcoming at least once a week, if not 3 days a week or whatever.
okay. So you're interested in bringing some electronic equipment.
Well, I want to go there, let's say, not me necessarily, because I have this place, but let's say I'm Sean and I want to start my own company. I want to have an office and be a professional and have a nice postal address that has a nice building outside.
Yeah.
How much does he have to pay to have an enclosed space that
Yeah.
he can not worry about people stealing his trade secrets, his equipment?
So you see, we had this discussion at the last meeting. How do you structure the space?
Mm-hmm.
And I think what we wouldn't like to see is for somebody to keep a room closed 6 days per week, and that's a dead space for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Even if the guy is paying rent,
Yes, it's not living.
it's not a yeah. It's you know what I'm saying?
It's not what?
There's no life.
There's no. Oh, it has to be a vibrant ecosystem. So what it could be is like Full Out has is you have your locker and you have
Yes,
noise
yes.
canceling headphones,
Yes.
and that's your space, but it's part of the common space.
Yeah, because otherwise you end up renting a space, dividing it into small spaces, and renting these small spaces, and it becomes CTS.
Yeah.
Where there is absolutely no projects and shared equipment where things can flow, right?
And share information.
And that's a business on itself. There's shared spaces for work that function like that. Okay, artists, they usually have these huge lofts, and everybody shares a desk. Okay, and so that is renting a big space, chopping into smaller spaces, and everybody rents a space, right?
Yeah.
And then if you're not there, well, nobody works in your space. But we don't know. I mean, there was an artist that wanted to rent exactly the same thing she proposed when I was at the EcoFab. So I would like to have my own little space for arts, in there, and I'll pay the rent, And I thought that's an interesting case because she's an artist.
I'm an artist of circuits.
Yeah,
So-
sometimes you want quiet room.
And she was. It's like a different type of activities. She plays with music, theater,
Yeah,
stuff
but she
like that.
uses like a paintball machine gun to make her art. It's extremely loud and extremely
Yeah, then exactly. Yeah. And she brings artists that are not necessarily interested in Sensorica's projects or other projects.
She brings
They can
crack-
cluster there, with their own interest.
inspired artists smoking crack.
So anyway, these are on the table. How do you structure the space? Who's interested? If you get a lot of people interested and a lot of people are asking for their own little corner, then, and if you get a lot of money from these people, like they commit financially, to rent the space, then you rent a bigger space and you chop it up and you have some common areas and you have some private offices, But we don't know how
But
people will respond.
like case for Bill needs to have silence in order to think.
Yes.
He can't think, he can't be productive
Yeah.
in certain aspects of his work unless there's people not talking to him for hours on end.
But me too sometimes.
So we need to have a little light on our chair that says, please fuck off, don't talk to me. Another light says, if you want to talk to me, send me an email.
Yeah.
You know I'm online. And the third light saying, please bother me, I need distractions.
So that discussion here will happen next
Café, latte.
next Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's the discussion in a cafe. People are just discussing about that. How do you structure the space? What are your needs?
What do you drink?
How do you,
Because if it's like an orange light, meaning I'm willing to talk to you, but you have to send me a text, and I'm going to look at the text message on
And I
my
decide.
chat when I have time. Like in my stream of consciousness, oh, there's a break. Oh, what is it done? Oh, yeah, that's the answer. And you turn around, hey, blah, blah, blah. Go back to your work.
There is also a button invisible.
Yeah, exactly. So then
I'm not even here.
when the red light's on, yeah.
If you can't see me, don't talk to me.
You don't see me, yeah, exactly. Because if it breaks your concentration and it takes you an hour to get to that mode, you're not going to come back ever again.
May stop recording.
Yeah, okay.